Welcome back to Seahawks.com. Hey again, everyone. Tony Ventrella with Richard Sherman. This is Seahawks Insider for this week. Thank you for joining us this week. We've talked to you before during training camp, and everyone asked you about Stanford and all that. And we're going to get to the Stanford-Washington game in just a minute. First of all, coming off the win at New York against the Giants, going to Cleveland. Does one thing lead to another, or do you erase that last game completely and just move on?
You kind of have to erase all the previous past, anything wins, lose, or draw. You have to erase it and move on to the next, because every team's different. Every game is a whole new adventure, and it'll be new adversity to deal with, new plays to be made. It'll be new personnel to deal with and everything.
Plus, and there are going to be some things that you didn't count on no matter what game it is, or no matter how much pregame study there is. Speaking of pregame study, the young quarterback, Colt McCoy, he's in his 5th game as an NFL starting quarterback, doing good, but he's thrown a lot of passes because their running game's not working. Do you guys kind of think about that, focus on that, or does it not even matter at this point?
You kind of just analyze the team as a whole. You try not to focus on any one guy. Obviously, they have passed the ball a little bit more, but they're focused on getting their running game going. Patrick Hillis is a great back. They have Owen Marisic to lead the way. They have some things going for them. So you have to just be focused on them as a team and what they like to do, their personality.
Okay, your decision to go to Stanford. I know you were recruited by Coach Carroll and by others. And then coming from Compton, California, to go to Stanford, was that part of your decision because you came from Compton? Or what was the deal with that?
I mean, it definitely played a part, obviously. There were a lot of factors that went into my decision, mostly just to prove that it can be done. A lot of people would not have, pegged a guy from guy from Compton being able to graduate from Stanford and succeed and make it to this level. So that was a big thing for me, and to make my family proud and just to prove it kind of to myself that I could do it.
Sure. Toughest class at Stanford. You remember?
Gotta say physics.
Physics, yeah.
Physics is a hard class anywhere. It doesn't matter where you take it.
Yeah. Do you remember some stuff about physics? You probably read physics books every night, don't you? No, I don't know.
No, truthfully, I took a sophomore year. I do not remember a thing.
I
do not.
Okay. So if we're looking for a physics expert, we ought to go elsewhere.
You got to go elsewhere.
Okay. All right. Big game this weekend. Although it may not be big for Stanford as it is for Washington, but you got your quarterback that they're talking about is the next Joe Namath, Johnny Unitas, Peyton Manning, everybody else, Andrew Luck against Washington this week. Let's take a listen to what Roy Lewis said about that game.
Of course, I have the utmost and supreme confidence in the University of Washington, the Huskies, to get it done this weekend. Of course, they're playing a high-ranked, high-powered opponent in Stanford, but, any given Sunday, or as they say in college, any given Saturday. So we'll let the chips fall where they may, but I think Coach Sarkisian will have the guys ready to go.
Okay, Roy seems pretty confident that the Huskies can beat Stanford this week.
I mean, if you watch the tape, they played a pretty solid season this year. They've done some things. They have a better leadership at quarterback this year. A guy who he's slinging the ball like no other. He's second in the nation, I believe, in touchdown passes. So
21. Yep.
It's gonna be a challenge for our defense. But I mean, like last year, they'll answer the call. I'm sure Coach Mason will have a package ready and designed. Where we're attacking. Coming after them, and on offense, I'm sure we'll find a way to get the tight ends involved, the wideouts with a lot of confusion, misdirection, and
answer the call. They beat them 41-0. Right? They hung up on them. They didn't answer the call. But you're being very nice. You're being politically correct here.
Yeah, because I mean, it's a bigger game for them. But I mean, if you watch the film last year, it's the same team going against basically the same team. So expect a similar result.
You see? Okay, all right then. We finally got to the point. That was what we were looking at. And the last thing I want to ask you is with True now still around, but not out there every Sunday with you guys. What's missing? But then what's still present? The fact that he's still in the building.
I mean, it's a blessing that he's still in the building. I mean, it was really tough for all of us to deal with. To hear he was going to be done for the year and put on IR. But it's an opportunity for guys to step up, and you're forced to step up whether you like it or not. And he still provides a lot of great leadership, great veteran, guy who knows the game inside and out. He's there for all of us, to help us in any way he can. And he's one of the best teammates you could have.
Excellent. Listen, Richard Sherman, thank you for being with us. Next time I've got a question about physics, I'm going to come to your locker and we'll discuss that and get that out in the open. Thank you very much for being with us. Have a great game Sunday.
Thank you.
All right, take care. That's it on Seahawks Insider for this week. I'm Tony Ventrella. See you tomorrow.